Well, good morning. It's Karen the Connector here again. I'm a social media strategist helping my clients on their influence, impact, and income. And today we are so excited. We have Diane Carson, and I've got to tell you a little bit about her here. Diane has 40 years experience in PR and marketing strategy. Diane has had to keep up with changes in the marketing, PR, and promotional products field. From her position as pro consul at the British Consulate General in St. Louis, arranging personal appearances and media interviews for personalities such as just Prince Charles, and Snowden, and special events directors for major department stores. She's had breakfast with Santa. Diane has enjoyed every minute of her career, and I know that personally. Diane is a certified marketing consultant. Companies hire her to move their marketing forward and use her expertise in marketing and public relations to get them to the next level and to collaborate and develop creative marketing programs. As a solopreneur, Diane has had to wear many hats, and she has had to juggle family obligations with career choices. I'm sure some of you deal with that right now too. She is the proud mother of one son, Alex, who owns his own small business, Everything Design. It's located in Chesterfield, and the grandmother of two grandchildren, 3-year-old Lucas and 5-year-old Emma. Well, Diane, we are so excited you're here with us today. Please, if there's something I missed on that intro, please jump in and tell me more. I can't wait. Can you tell us about the Prince Charles?
The Prince Charles. Yeah, I think I was 21 years old, and I was the assistant to the British Consul General at the time. And I'd actually written part of his speech, which he gave in the old courthouse. And because of that, I got a private audience. And so yeah, he was. I was introduced. I was taken to this room. I was given instructions ahead of time. I was told not to turn my back on royalty. I went in the room. He gave me a picture of himself, a signed picture, and he said, "This is a picture of me when I was much younger and much more handsome than I am now." And I said, "Oh, I'll treasure it always," or something stupid. I backed out of the room. There was a wing chair there, and I just went boom right into it. So,
oh, great! Fell over. Great memories, though.
I managed to recover myself. Anyway.
You knew after that you could handle anything, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, tell us a little more about what you're doing right now with everything going on with the world the way it is today with this COVID-19. Tell me how that's affecting your industry. I know because I'm in a similar industry, we kind of complement each other.
Sure.
But how's it affecting yours?
Sure. Well, I've the last couple of years, I've really been focusing on the promotional product side of the business because I really love, helping people select items that, are friendly for their budget and really mean something rather than just giving a pen out. I help them select an item that really, goes with their industry and that somebody would appreciate and use, because that's what you want in the promotional industry. You want people to hold on to what you give them. But now, with what's going on right now, nobody wants a box landing on their doorstep. I've had a couple lately for a client, and I just sprayed the heck out of it with disinfectants. And they were fine. But so there's that side of it. And then, also, trade shows are down. Obviously, they're canceled, and anything that you might give an item away, that you would buy 250 of, it's just not going on right now. So luckily, part of my background obviously is PR and general marketing. I don't get into what you get into. As you said, I don't really do, the social media strategy side. But so I had a couple of clients who hired me on a retainer basis about 4 or 5 months ago. I've been working with them. Excuse me, they're new startups. And so I've been writing press releases, writing a monthly e-newsletter for them, distributing it through iContact, managing their database, And then when we send out a newsletter, then we also post it to their LinkedIn and their Facebook page, which I do for them. So I'm kind of keeping their name out there. And they really believe in marketing right now because, you know, if you don't do it, then people forget about you. So that
Oh,
when
absolutely.
when things do pick up, you'll have, you know, they'll have seen your name, and you know, it takes 7 touches before anybody makes a buying decision. I think it may be more now, but traditionally somebody has to see your name several times before they know, like, and trust you. And so that's the way we're doing it. So that end of the business is actually picking up because, you know, a lot of people are sitting in front of their computers. And actually, it's interesting, I sent a newsletter out for one of my clients a couple of days ago, and I look at the analytics and tell them, I get excited when I go in there and see who opened it, who forwarded it, how many times they opened it. And so I did this newsletter, and I don't know, half an hour later I went in there and I saw that it had exploded, that all these people had opened it. And I took a screenshot and I said, wow, look at all these people. I said, in 20 minutes, you know, you've had an 18% open rate, which is really good.
Really
20%
good.
is considered really good. Every one of them on a laptop, every one of them.
Wow.
And prior to that, the
Right.
majority of them was on a cell phone. So that just shows the swing, you know, that people are actually sitting at their laptops producing, and you know, that's how they're getting their information. So it's important, you know, to keep that side of the business up.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Well, and I can address the fact of you writing the press releases. I've been involved with several. I refer you regularly because you write some of the most amazing press releases and you have the connections. You know, I can, not that I would want to because I'm not the good writer that you are by any means, but I could write my own. And even if I was a great writer, I don't have the connections you do. So for you to be able to get it out and get it into the news and to the media, they need you. I mean, I don't care what a great writer they are, they still need you to do that final piece to get it out there. And
well, yeah, you're right. You could write a press release and distribute it, but you know, you have to do the follow-up. It's like anything else. If you write a sales letter, you have to do the follow-up. If you go to a networking meeting, you have to do the follow-up. So
right, fortunes in the follow-up
mhm,
and all on all of it.
mhm.
Absolutely. So during this time, can you give us any tips that you could use for the the maybe the company that's just sitting there going, I'm not doing any marketing right now because I'm scared, which is the biggest mistake they could make. But what tips could you give them?
Well, I know that, you know, a lot of people, you know, their business is really down. So, you know, obviously we need to be looking for low cost. And so email campaigns, obviously, you know, they don't, you know, cost a lot these days. Um, you know, anything promote that you can get out there to promote that is low cost. You know, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, go and show your expertise, and then show how you provide value. So, you know, yes, I could, like you said, yes, I can write a press release, but I know where to distribute it. I know, you know, which people would be interested in reading about this. You know, look through all of your old business cards, get your database updated, and you know, shoot out an email campaign to them, and you know, just keep your name out there, basically.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And you and I've discussed it, but so many are the first thing they want to do is cut out their marketing budget. And that's the worst thing they could do
Right,
because it takes you at least 4 to 6 months to get ramped up to start with
right,
before you ever start getting traction. Well, and
right,
when they stop, they go all the way back to zero.
right,
And
right.
so it's a long time. So they're going to be behind the game when they
Hmm.
stop their marketing. And to
Right,
kick something in like a press release, oh my goodness,
mhm.
over the top wonderful.
Right. Repetition is the key.
Right, I
Repetition.
agree. Consistency is what I usually say, but
Mhm,
you're right,
mhm,
so right.
mhm.
Well, and I've seen several of the emails that I mean, newsletters that you've sent out for people. Uh, again, you're an amazing writer, so you know how to put it in there and put it in a context quickly, and you know how to write a sales letter. There's a big difference. There's a
Mhm.
lot of people that can do a fabulous newsletter. They can make it look pretty, but what's it doing for them? Is it
Right,
getting those opens
right. Yeah,
that you
that's
have
the
those
value part. You know, give a tip. give some kind of idea to your clients on, how they can be handling things, at this point,
Sure.
until things open up again. What can they be doing, to help them? So give before you get is what I always say. So
I agree. I agree. Well, Diane, if they want to get in contact with you for promotional items or for a PR release, I'm telling you, that she is so gifted. That's an area you need to step out and reach out
uh,
to her. But where can they contact you?
they can email me, Diane, Diane at Promo experts, expertz.com. No E. That's the word. Probably the worst thing. I don't know. It's the worst thing I ever did, but it's one of the weirdest things I did when I started 5 years ago. I had a marketing company for 25 years prior to this one, with a business partner who she wanted to retire early. So I was not ready to retire. So I started my own. As I say, I loved helping people with, with their trade shows and their trade show booths and the graphics part and the giveaways and all that stuff. So I thought, okay, I'll start my own company. So I thought, I'm an expert in helping people to promote themselves. So what can I do, to put that in my business name? Well, the only URL that was, well, one of the ones that was usable at the time was PROMOXPRTZ. Well, it takes me forever when I'm trying to explain to people what my email address is. PROMOEXPRT. No E. TS, no Z at the end. So,
Well, at least they
anyway,
know you well by the time they hang up, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, goodness. Well, we were talking before how direct mail, it's not dead.
No,
It's just how you use it. And with
absolutely.
the promotional products,
Hmm.
there's several that are small enough that
Hmm.
they could mail out in the mail and
Hmm.
their clients would get it, and it would be something out of the box
Hmm.
because it's not what everybody else is doing. So give
Right.
some ideas of what that might be.
Well, you and I talked about the laptop camera covers, for security, with everybody in the house using their laptops and leaving them open, especially like mine, you have a 5-year-old laptop. It's very easy for hackers to, to start, to come in and film the inside of your house or whatever's going on. So I actually have an attorney who purchased these, and she said they're very popular. They're really small, they're very lightweight, and they're very affordable, and the minimum is low on them. So it slides back and forth, to cover your camera.
So that would be
Um,
something real
one
easy to send.
Mhm. If you want to give something, nice, to your employees, right now people are giving comfy shirts to wear, with their logo on them.
Idea.
Anything to do with like earbuds, they're very lightweight, they're very low cost, with their logo on them. I think somebody would probably trust more something coming from an employer rather than someone, that's just sending stuff out just to get their name out there at this point in time. So, if you are an employer and you've got, some people that are really going above and beyond, and, they're having to work across the kitchen table from their husband and take care of the homeschooling and try to get their job done at the same time, it's very difficult. So, people love to get, appreciation gifts kind of thing. There's some food things out there that, don't cost a lot, that you could send snacks, things like that they could have at their
Good
desk,
idea.
any of
Okay,
those
well,
things.
another thing we're seeing is a lot of Zoom meetings like we're on here.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so I also know in the past I've seen some that you've done that are backdrops. So
Hmm.
tell us a little bit
Right.
about those.
Well, they're especially for photography. They're really more for somebody that's got a bigger kitchen or a bigger dining room or wherever you are, because they're 8 foot by 8 foot, and they set up really large. I've tried to go around and source smaller ones. I found smaller ones, but you can't get the small frames for them. But these come with a frame. They come in a bag. And the nice thing about them is that you can use them at a trade show or a conference after this is all over. So, I know that people just go, oh, horrors, I couldn't use an 8 foot backdrop. But, you know, if you think long term, you're not really using it just for now. It's something that you can use on down the road. So especially if you go
Good
to something
investment.
like Small Business Expo, or you know, or even a tapestry. You know, when you and I are there, you know, you could put something up and put it behind your table, or you know, however you want to use it. So, and they go together very easily. It's not a, you know, a huge, I mean, it sounds big, but it's not a really big contraption. You just put the poles together, and it comes with pockets, so you thread the poles through the pockets, and
Oh, so
yeah.
easily done. Okay, great.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well,
And
Diane,
there's,
we have
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
I was just going to say there's special photographic material that they absorb the light, so there's no shine to them. You know, like the vinyl ones. And the other thing with them too is that they don't crease, so you fold them up, you put them in a bag, and take it with you. So
How interesting. Hmm. You are just a wealth of knowledge here. Thank you for all your expertise. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. Is there anything else you think our audience should know specifically?
I just think, you know, hang in there, everybody. You know, I went through 9/11. I lost 2/3 of my business overnight then. And it does take a while, but it does come back. And just, you know, keep thinking positively, keep getting yourself out there, use this time, you know, wisely to look at your business and decide, you know, what can I do? Even if you look for skills that, you know, that you could promote, that may not be necessarily, you know, what you were doing, you know, a month ago, but you know, maybe it's time to look at, you know, something else that you know, you might be able to promote that part of your business. So, but hang in there, basically. Yeah, this too shall pass, as they say.
Yes, yes. Well, Diane, again, thank you so much for coming on and sharing some tips with us. And may you have an amazing day and our audience do the same.
You too.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Karen. Thank you for having me.